What is up, fam? And bro, my heart's on fire. That's wild, bro. That's wild. What up, fam, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be talking about the Queen Charge Hybrid and, more importantly, giving you the tools to identify bases for this attack strategy. It's very hard to do, and I think it's one of the biggest things a lot of Clash of Clans players lack. And so hopefully after this video, you guys will be professionals at identifying bases to utilize that Queen Charge Hybrid. Now, before we jump out of here into the attacks, I want to give a huge shout out to a guy named Aragon who left a very heartfelt comment on one of my last videos saying, man, I love this game. People like you help me stay interested. I just really appreciate comments like that. If you want your comments highlighted on this channel, definitely leave a comment down below with some positivity, letting me know just how you guys are thinking. Now, guys, if you do like today's video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, show some much needed love to the channel, guys. Now let's jump right into this attack. All right, guys, so here is base 1 of 2 that we're going to be kind of breaking down, helping you identify when to use the hybrid attack strategy here. Now, the first thing I noticed when seeing this base is this nasty little, let's call it river or alleyway in the middle of the base, right? That right there is scary. It deters the most popular attack from being successful, which happens to be the Yeti Smash, right? Or, you know, even things like the Drag Bat or the Drag Loon or the Electro Dragons. Yeah, that won't work here. So, I mean, why? Because the Yetis, if you bring them in on this side, which will be most likely, they'll just walk to the alley and walk back out, right? Due to all those buildings pulling them out. Or let's say you even go towards the Giga Inferno, come straight in there, they're just gonna walk out. They're not gonna make their way up through the center. It's just, that's the point of that alleyway. It's just how it works. So, based on this alleyway, we need a more precision attack strategy. Something like the Queen Charge Hogs, the Queen Charge Hybrid, the Queen Charge Lalo, or something more like that. Now, how do we implement it? Think about this, guys. When using the Queen Charge, you have those 5 healers. 5 healers are expensive, just about 75 troop space. And now I need to realize, how do I best utilize that camp space in order to make that Queen Charge a valuable asset here in this attack strategy? Good question, right? How do we do it? Now, tearing this base apart, let's tear it apart in many phases. Phase 1, Queen Charge, or phase 1, the Yeti Bomb. Yeti Bomb's strong, guys. If you don't know what the Yeti Bomb is, you'll be finding out today. The Yeti Bomb is the blimp coming in right about here, taking down this Infernal Tower with Yetis, a Valk, and a Barb inside the Siege Barracks, smacking down and just tearing this compartment up. What that does is it takes that nasty little single Infernal Tower out of play, where the Queen can walk up through this compartment. Now, that Infernal Tower will grab you, man. When that Infernal Tower grabs you, game over, life is done. You blink and your Queen's just done, so we gotta get rid of it. All right, so Queen next is gonna walk up right through here. She's gonna walk up through here. She's gonna come through here. Now, of course, you're thinking, how is she gonna make her way from going up through here? We're just gonna place something like a wizard or even a baby dragon and ultimately take down a majority of this so that the Queen walks into the Giga Inferno. So what value is the Queen grabbing there? She's gonna grab a ton, right? She's gonna first of all grab the scatter shot there. She's gonna work in, grab the Giga Inferno, and that right there is a valuable usage of your 75 camp space with your healers. All right, so now that we have the Queen Charge in, how much value did we grab with just that? Now check out how much value the Queen is able to grab. That's a lot of value, guys. I mean, that's a ton of value. That entire compartment, done, right? So next, we need to formulate where we're gonna put in our hybrid, right? Our hybrid's coming in next. How do we start this? So we're gonna drop our king here. He's gonna walk up, down through here, and ultimately clear this bit of the base. That allows the hybrid part to start right in about here. push through here, and ultimately work through the base for a solid triple. Now, things to think about when using the hybrid before you even bring them in, before hitting that attack button, you want to know where to place your spells. Where in this base is those high defenses located? So here it is. Check this out. I mean, you have a bomb tower here, you have an Infernal Tower here, and possibly even a scatter shot with the enemy queen there. That's something you want to think about, maybe popping your Grand Warden right off the bat. That's a ton of stuff hitting your troops. Let's get those troops under the tome ability where they are literally can't be taken down. So that's what we'll see there, right? Tome first. Then coming into the back end of this base, you guys notice we have a multi-infernal tower which shreds your hogs and your miners. You have that splash damage defense wizard tower right there, which also does work alongside the infernal tower, and just a lot of little point defenses. So right there, guys, is a great place to use a heal. Maybe even a little bit from closer as they approach it, and then your second heal about where I place this one right here. And what that will do, guys, there's not a lot on the back end. There's no splash damage defenses. I mean, if anything, you can freeze up the king as you approach it, and ultimately, you know, this base is just crushed, and that's exactly what we see here, guys. So I hope you guys have a little understanding on why to use the hybrid on these types of bases based on that nasty little alleyway or river in the center of the base. Now that you guys have an understanding on how this attack works, let's jump right into the attack and watch how it takes place. Alright guys, so here is the second base we're going to be utilizing that Queen Charge Hybrid on, and there's a lot of new things here on this base to consider. Now, I just hit this base like probably 30 minutes ago, and it was extremely successful, and it's mainly because I identified the perfect strategy for it and ultimately recognized the weaknesses here on this base. Now, initially, I wanted to somehow bomb this Inferno Tower and most likely walk my Queen up here and charge into the Town Hall with a King over here to kind of create this funnel, but then I realized a lot of things can go wrong there, and let's talk about that. So, I hate to say this, but something that is very obvious on this base is most likely the Teslas are over here by all these storages. And why do I say that, guys? Well, those storages take forever to get through, and those Teslas are quite mean, so it seems to be a common factor on building a base to put the Teslas around the storages. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to Yeti bomb this, because I'd grab a lot, right? If I could get in there, I'd grab the the scatter shot, the Inferno Tower, the bomb tower, a ton of value there, but I did not have a good feeling about that. So then I thought, let's try to see if I can plan a Yeti smash on this base. I looked at it in so many different ways. I mean, if I jump into here, then I jump into here, and then I jump into here, I mean, then how do I deal with this compartment? How do I get back to that compartment? Is just not a viable plan, right? Not at all, not at all. So let's stick with something a little bit more precision based, I'd say. So what I noticed here, right? We have this little corridor. It's beautiful for a Queen to walk down. How do we make that happen though? So I need to deal with this multi-Inferno Tower here. Because what I'm thinking is if I walk my Queen up here, I create a funnel here, and then the Queen walks down through here and I jump her into this compartment. But first of all, I have to deal with this multi-Inferno Tower for it to be anywhere successful. So how do I deal with it? In today's meta, guys, we drop a blimp, right? A blimp comes in, and something probably nobody expects, drops a blimp about here, takes out this entire compartment, taking out that Inferno Tower, allowing my Queen to definitely walk in there with no interference whatsoever. So this compartment, let's just say, is down due to the Yeti bomb, right? So I drop my Queen here. She's gonna step down here. I drop a wizard on this one little builder hut to ensure my Queen walks up through here. I drop a single wizard here, and again, that just forces my Queen into this compartment and ultimately takes down so much. I grab the air defense, I grab the expo, I grab the scatter shot, the enemy Queen, guys, and then jumping here will give me access to the Eagle Artillery Expo, and you can just name it. That is a significant amount of value for that 75 housing space, I mean, to say the least. Now, how do I start the next phase of my attack? Do I come in all the way on the opposite side of the Giga Inferno and hope that they press down through here and don't make their way outside of here and then, somehow take out the Giga Inferno? Absolutely not, especially in SCCWL, which is what we're in. We want to get that Giga Inferno down ASAP, and especially because while our troops are strong, let's go after the largest amount of defenses possible. So here we go. Now that this is all cleared out by the Queen, now that that's all cleared out by the Queen, it leaves this much base left, which is not a lot, right? So what we do is we drop our King here. King will step down, grab the RC, and ultimately start working his way up here, leaving it a perfect funnel for my hybrid here to walk in and push through right at this compartment, pushing right at that Giga Inferno, and it works out absolutely perfectly. As I notice that I come in contact with tons of defenses there, and the scatter shot, the multi-Inferno Tower, that nasty Giga Inferno, that's where I decide to place a heal, right? Let's get that heal down, but that leaves this back end. I mean, I have a bomb tower there, most likely all those Teslas that I identified there. So here it goes. I'm gonna ward in through this Giga Inferno. I'm gonna heal through here, and then I'm gonna heal right about here. And yes, guys, you're like, whoa, what about this back end? Well, I got a bit lucky here. The healers switched over to my miners, but ultimately the RC came in clutch on the back end of my hybrid, taking down everything else that is needed with plenty of troops, plenty of time to make this happen. And this base was destroyed. I know there's not a lot of energy into this, and this is something I think a lot of people lack here in Clash of Clans is base identification. So I think bringing these videos to you guys gives you a little bit understanding on how this attack works and maybe some tools for your toolbox to be a bit better here in Clash of Clans. Now we talked about this base a bit, let's jump in and watch the replay on how it went down. That was exciting. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. With that said, go out in the world today, love yourselves, love every single person around you, and as always, fam, stay classy.